Economist Teh Chi Chang believes Malaysians are too poor to cope with the proposed goods and services tax. The regressive tax will impact lower-income individuals much more than high-income individuals.
And I would agree that at some point in the future, GST is appropriate for Malaysia. But it is not appropriate at this time because my point is that at this point in time, Malaysians are too poor for GST. Yes, our tax base is low, but just because you want to broaden our tax base, you want to impose a regressive tax on the poor, I think it's a very, very poor public policy.
Speaking at a forum organized by the Penang Institute, he points out that the GST would contradict the government's welfare measures.
If you look at the BRIM payments, for example, BRIM payments are supposed to go only to low-income households, correct? And according to the federal government, BRIM payments have been made to 70% of households in Malaysia. So our federal government itself believes that 70% of households in Malaysia deserve welfare payments at this point in time. 70% of households deserve BRIM payments, which are essentially welfare payments. And yet, while 70% of households are getting welfare payments, because you want to so-called broaden the tax base, you want to impose this regressive GST that's going to burden poor households much more than rich households.
He also says businesses are likely to find a way to escape the tax and the rich will hardly be impacted.
So certainly I agree that the tax base must be broadened, but the way to broaden this is not to tax the poor. The way to broaden this is to put in place policies and conditions to raise household income sustainably, to bring household incomes level up, and to also increase enforcement so that more people pay income taxes. And so that more people pay income taxes, and say, of our 12 million workers, instead of only 1.7 million workers paying taxes, maybe 8 to 9 million workers pay taxes. Now, at that point, when the vast majority of your workers are paying taxes, income taxes, then that is a time for you to impose GST instead of income taxes.
Penang Institute fellow Lim Kim Hua says there's a 99% chance that the GST will be implemented. However, Serdang MP Ong Kian Meng says the soonest implementation of the tax won't be until 2015. Prasad Michael, Kini TV.